throw it.
Welcome back, everyone, to Nerdy Playbook. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good week. A few announcements for again. First of all, we have a couple of things started up. We'll be starting off the Tease Revenge podcast pretty soon. So if anybody's confused on how this whole campaign started, I'll start breaking it down with simple episodes, live sessions. So it's not going to be really written down. I'm going to try to do my best to try to make it as entertaining as possible. Add to that, if you are in Wisconsin, Illinois area and you like Renaissance fairs, come check out Lady Angel of Azeroth, who plays as Dahlia in her other campaign. She'll actually be jousting this weekend. So if you like Renaissance fairs and you want to go check out a cool show, she should at least be playing in the first two as far as we know the schedule. So check out Bristol Renaissance Fair, which is in Bristol and Kenosha, right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. That being said, we still got a charity going on for the Wounded Warrior Project. I don't know why it's not showing the updated amount, but if you...
Okay, I felt really bad for a while. I was like, oh no!
For some reason, it's not updating. I did check. We do have a decent amount in there, but it's not updating for some reason. There's a couple of rewards you get for doing it. First off, if you, any little bit, we'll appreciate you. Give you a good call out, a shout out. If you drop down 100, you can pick any character from any one of the campaigns, and you can grant them a legendary item. If you spend $200, you can ask me as a DM about any one of the NPCs, including Silic, and I will answer a question for you about something about their backstory, even if it is super secret. But contribute to it is a very important cause. Every little bit helps. The link is right beneath the screen. Look for the LGBTQ flag symbol of our dragon, and it'll take you to all the information. Has a link on there for website info, questions, and donation amount. That being said, let's jump into it. Welcome back to Nerdy Playbook, where everybody except for Murph is wearing red.
Or has red. On Wednesdays we were red.
Apparently.
Love you, bud.
Red's face is gonna turn red in a minute.
Session in silence.
Murph's face is gonna be red in a minute. So
yeah, right. All right. So, unfortunately, we do not have Xander/Noah in here today. He is currently dealing with some work stuff right now, and he might join us later, but we have some people who take care of some roles for him for the time being until he arrives. So, last we left off, we had a fun in-person session, and you all were able to make it within the chambers of Serena, possessing the higher form of Commander V, who is now in the is locked into this form, and you are warned that if you're able to defeat her, you can set her free. Thus, you do, and you're able to set her free. But in response, you're warned by Selena that that she cannot be killed. She might be weakened. At that same point, you start to see someone with magenta angelic wings, large demonic horns, start to fly down. Even with Selena not even looking direction, she immediately shakes in terror, freaking out. First sight you ever seen of fear of her. You see this person land as some kind of demon angel creature. Immediately comes in, tells Selena that she has failed her, and immediately stabs her right through the heart with her hand and immediately absorbs whatever energy that keeps her alive and literally just breaks her, disintegrates her. We have nothing left but Selena's power within this creature. Some of you know that this creature has a very strong familiarity with Kokobial, but with some slight differences. Coloration change, horns, tail, change of specifically the way the wings are. It's if Kokobial herself has done some kind of dark ritual to change herself from the broken angel that was one of the personalities to now a full form by absorbing some kind of demonic lineage. Darker complexion, total of 8 horns, and a long boned tail that drags behind but also kind of has a bit of sentience itself, kind of moving around. Hanging off of her back. As she then walks calmly towards you all, she immediately extends out her wings in dominance and he looks at you all. I'd recommend you bow now. And that's where we left off. All of you in fear, whether or not you understand what is in front of you, or you comprehend it in the way, the fact of this creature being in front of you scares you to your bones. But all of you can make me constitution checks to see if you can control your faculties of sorts.
Helga's unconscious.
Helga is unconscious, that is right.
Helga's unconscious. So
We
Ugh.
have V's body though, right?
You do have V's body, and V is currently unconscious but breathing.
Okay.
we're not
22.
starting out very strong.
So I got a 28.
Okay. So
Norin got a 6.
okay.
I'm gonna do a different dice.
Okay.
This dice is not good.
DC is 20, so for anybody who got a
Oh.
20 or higher, let me know. I think Murph got it. Serafina got it.
Ophian. Unconscious. Asleep. Yep.
I have an idea. Serafina has an idea.
And Renora, what'd you get for yourself?
I got 10 for mine.
10. Okay, so everybody with the Helga's unconscious right now, and the rest of the group, minus Murph and Serafina, are currently kind of not really frozen, but you're stuck in place with your body unable to move due to a straight fear level.
Is the fear because they can see her, or is it just a presence?
You have no idea.
Okay.
I'd say you can make an insight check on yourself of why you were originally afraid,
Okay, sure.
but you would have no idea of why they are afraid. You can maybe assess why you were and maybe put 2 and 2 together.
That's only a 10.
10. You could at least assume that maybe you're afraid because your whatever this creature is, whether she's Kokobial or not, naturally generates a sort of fear like a dragon would. Dragons actually, if you walk in the area, can cause a sort of fear that people lock in place and are just mere prey. This is like that, but cranked to 1,000. Just being her presence.
Us go to 11.
Just being her presence kind of almost, it forces mortals to lock up, unable to react due to whether or not she's a god or something even maybe more evolved than that. She looks at you all. I said kneel! For all of you that are afraid, you automatically just kneel, unable to control your bodies.
Seraphina's gonna go in front and say, "Hey, sister, you look like you've changed a lot." Oh, wait. I mean Kokobial.
She just slowly but surely starts walking up a little bit.
Marsha's gonna put himself between her and Helga and V, who he just pulled out of the storm elemental.
Okay. She looks at Seraphina response. Sisters, maybe once upon a time, but my sister was smart enough to abandon you. You are nothing but a meat suit, nothing but flesh on fragile bones.
And why do you need me to kneel if I'm nothing?
Because that's what you are. Nothing. Therefore, you will kneel.
We have no quarrel with you at this moment in time.
Alright, whoever's rolling for Norin, give me a constitution. Well, roll me a d20. I got his numbers.
17.
17. Okay. At the immediate moment, almost like so quick you couldn't react to it, she immediately lifts up her arm and does some kind of enhanced Eldritch Blast and literally fires at Norin as he immediately flies back, failing its saving throw. As you immediately see a sear coming right from it as a hole has just embedded through his stomach. Norin is currently out of combat.
What?
As she puts her hands down. Now. Maybe some time ago you have been a threat. But you are nothing but residue from something that was great.
So you admit that your sister was great.
My sister is great.
She greater than you?
She walks up a little bit forward. Spreads out her wings even more. She is better than you, but not up to my standards. She is at least enough to be called sister, but she is not enough to stand here at this moment. She has her purpose. She has her calling. And she will survive what I have to come, because she is that. One of my blood. But anything less than that, as she just reaches down and just like stares at you, is minuscule. You are but an ant under my boot, ready to be squashed.
But you are just an actual little figure in your father's hand.
Give me, roll me intimidation.
Ooh, I don't think this is gonna work. Someone help me!
What if I was...
I'm so scared.
You do not have good intimidation.
You got it.
I wish I had a coin.
I believe in you.
I only lead those for specialized occasions, aka in person. 10.
10, yeah, no.
Shimi looks at you. Do you think your words mean anything? You think my father means anything? He's become a withered old man that only watches from a distance. He won't
Not
do
what
anything.
I've heard of. That's not what I heard.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Seraphina.
Okay. 22.
22.
I'm trying to like distract her so the others could be like making saves right
They
now.
won't get it yet.
so that
So
they
as
could
you immediately see her
maybe
arm
run
reach
outta
out,
here.
just like her Eldritch Blast, you don't react to it quick enough. You think you could, but she immediately grabs you by the neck and immediately lifts you up. Do you think your words mean anything?
Well, they obviously mean something because you're getting all hot and bothered.
You will be silent as she immediately starts pushing her nailed thumb straight into your throat and starts to close your lines so you can't speak. You start...
Can I try and surge forward and smash her arm down?
Absolutely.
I'm
Roll to
going
attack.
to and I'm also going to at will become green flame blade.
Okay.
22.
22 is a hit.
Oh, I don't know if that actually. It's a self.
13.
It's just a sphere of green flame around me.
So you pick something to make a green flame blade. So you can choose to do your sword, or you can.
Oh,
So-
I guess. Okay.
So you apply the green flame blade to like your long sword and stuff like that.
Oh.
To like an object,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So then
I
can
feel so
it,
scared
would I
and useless.
would I roll my sword too then?
Yeah, you rolled this.
Okay.
So the green
No,
flame blade
I-
essentially adds damage to your sword.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So by all technicality,
spell.
as you're specifically an Eldritch Knight, you can always add the green flame blade to your sword. As your
Okay.
attack.
So that was a 21.
That's it.
So then it would be 30 damage of flame and then 15 of regular.
As you swipe and Murph immediately tries to punch, she lets go and she moves back as you see like the giant bruise in her abdomen and the slash across her body as she immediately lifts up and they just start to heal as quickly as it did the damage. She looks. Very well. And she just puts up her hands and starts charging Eldritch energy. If you will not serve, death will be the solution.
Can us scaredy cats run?
So, if you are afraid, you can't actively attack in her situation, but you can run. You can leave. You can try to run away.
That's what I was trying to distract them and her enough so people would run away.
But someone does have to
Let's
take
do it.
Helga, though.
Yeah.
And V.
I will.
I'm not really getting paid enough for this, so I'm kind of running out,
Well,
or at least
is-
finding something to hide behind.
I will
Can
grab
I
Helga.
look at Silic and just kind of give him an eye, like go and take the others?
Okay. So he immediately just grabs his sword and he starts running with all of you guys, and he starts heading
Someone grab V too.
down.
Yeah,
and
we
he
need
like
one person to grab V and one to grab Helga.
he goes by Norin and he like grabs Norin and tries to protect him as he starts taking his sword. Now knowing that you have no way to get out, and he starts using his sword to try to create a portal to get out.
I look at Murph and I'm like, you two, go. This isn't your fight. This is mine.
He looks at Seraphina. He looks back where Helga's unconscious form is. Until she's safe, we stay here.
Take your friend and go.
What do you do, Murph? And Renora, did you run?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grabbed Helga.
Oh, you grabbed Helga. Okay.
So then, we just need V to get saved.
Where to
mean-
grab V?
Oh no,
Murph
I'm
looks
piecing out
at
already. I'm not
Seraphina.
paid enough for this.
Gone.
She's again a scaredy cat.
As Silic starts creating the portal, it does take him like about 30 seconds to do it.
Unless you want to distract her enough. Until now, we know how long it takes.
I stand with you till everyone is safe. Then
All right.
We'll go from there.
But we
And
don't
I'm
have
just
enough
gonna-
people to grab
I'm just gonna
everybody,
start shooting and like throwing everything I have at her, pretty much, to distract her.
Okay. So you start swinging, you start attacking and swiping as she regenerates quicker than you actually damage. As she just keeps
That's fine.
taking
I'm
attack,
just trying.
attack.
I'm just trying to like pretty much distract.
Murph, are you
her.
trying to do the same thing?
Exactly.
Okay, both of you give me intimidation checks to at least force her towards
Intimidation
you
checks.
instead of towards the rest of the group.
Just roll an intimidation.
Yeah, you're trying to focus her on
Okay.
you instead of just trying to pass by.
I'm not very good at intimidation.
Well,
12.
The one time.
Any proficiencies in that? I'm not charismatic. That's why.
Okay. So as she immediately just kind of like takes her wings and try to bash you away, so just like doesn't even care. She starts moving by as you're not able to kind of focus on her gaze. Silic does create the portal as he immediately just yells at all of you. I can't go in with you. I gotta hold this for a bit. Grab V, grab Norin, grab Helga, and just go. I'll be able to at least block so they can at least make it through.
Is V from me right now?
V would be right next to you.
Okay, I'm going and then grab her and pull her.
Okay.
Pulling a
And then I'm
mixes.
peacing out.
Okay, so you go through, you are out. Renora, are you grabbing Helga?
I'm grabbing Helga
Okay, you two are out.
because that is the only one that Renora cares about right now, besides Murph. And Murph can handle
Aw.
himself. So
Can Silic like
Hey,
throw
shut up.
Someone
more
get-
into
shut
her?
up.
He can't. He has to hold on to the actual. He actually has to hold on to the spell. So he immediately yells, "Hey, big man! We need to get this one out of here. Can you grab him real quick before she gets any closer?" As he's like trying to focus on the actual portal.
It's like, and I'm like,
Can someone
Murph,
get that
go.
in writing that Renora actually cares about Helga?
shut up.
Can we get
Murph,
that?
go.
I will not admit it.
It's on video.
he looks at Seraphina. Fight well, princess. It was an honor. And he turns, and as he runs towards the portal, he fucking grabs you and yeets Norin into the portal. And then he stands by the edge of the portal and waits.
Okay.
Is there a way that Seraphina could potentially turn somewhat phoenixy or not?
Give me a D20.
D20. All right, let's see. Are the gods in my favor?
Yes.
18.
18.
Ah,
You try to focus on the memories that you had before becoming a Lasna. Try to remember that feeling that was granted to you from your mother. You try to focus. You are able to channel it for a slight bit as you're able to resummon your flame wings, and you're able
This
to.
one enough to like, like pretty much like surge at her and then fly towards the portal to get out as
Okay.
quick as possible.
Okay. So
And I'm gonna grab Silic as I go. With one
okay,
hand.
give me a dexterity check. So it could be
Okay.
the same.
See if I can. Ah, I'm horrible at dex.
So as you immediately surge past her, and you immediately fly out, you're able to fly, but you miss Silic as he's holding on. As he immediately looks at Murph, it's like, all right, she's out. Go, I'll come in right behind you.
Murph's gonna go, all right, blue boy, whatever you say. And he's gonna like dive back into the portal, like backwards, take like a push step backwards. But as he does so, he's gonna grab Silly and go, "You're coming with me."
Okay. As you immediately grab onto him, unfortunately, he got a natural one. Unfortunately, at that point, she immediately comes in and grabs his other
Cares what
arm.
he got? What did I get?
Well, it's up to if he can move quick enough. So you can, if you
Yeah.
want to give me a.
Would it be a
acrobatics check.
strength?
No, this would be an acrobatics check because it's more or less how
Oh,
quickly it can
Okay,
be done.
acrobatics.
Ooh, I like that.
Gotta be quick and-
Killer.
That would be a
I'm happy.
24.
Ooh, 24.
Get your ass in the portal.
Okay, so you immediately grab onto him as she grabs onto and pulls. I need you to give me a strength check as you're playing tug of war with Sully.
Do it! Got this! Cross fingers, cross fingers. And arms, and everything.
Well,
All the things.
Oh
12.
no!
As you are pulling back, the portal itself starts to close. As he just looks at you. It's nice knowing you, big man. As he immediately just forces you to let go. As he immediately, as you start to fall back, he immediately transforms into the demonic self and immediately tries to fight off Kokobial as he forces the portal to shut. As you all start warping to a place, you have no idea where he's sending you. You are all in different spots, and you guys are all not close to each other. You're being thrown through this thing without control. Maybe it's due to the fact that the person who's supposed to summon it is not there. And you're flying all over the place, bouncing back and forth without a, almost like a specific pilot of sorts.
Are any of them close enough to me?
Based off timing, no. The only one that'd be closest to you would be Murph, and he's a little bit behind, probably about 10 seconds behind you.
I was trying to do the wing huddle thing where I slowly grab everyone and wrap my wings around.
I'll tell you what, you still do have the wings. I didn't anticipate that, so why don't you just roll me another d20?
Oh, dang. I'm just picturing her, going through trying to grab it oh, well, not with that. That's only a 7.
Okay.
We go.
As you immediately try to focus and move with the wings, you can choose to either move backwards to grab Murph, or you can move forwards to try to grab as many people on your way out. You can't do
I'm
both.
going to try to grab as many people and move forward. I have a feeling that Murph can handle himself.
Okay, so you're able to you're able to grab Helga, and you're able to grab Mittens, that I'm assuming is grabbing V. And you're able to grab them, but unfortunately, due to the time and luck, you aren't able to grab everyone. As you're able to control yourself. Well,
No, sorry.
you all start kind of going through this. Normally, you would at least see where you're landing, but it's currently in this wave of force that just feels like you don't know where you're going to.
I'm just picturing us all in this thing, and Seraphina going with the weight and pulling in with the wings, just putting the wings around everyone, trying to at least.
Seraphina, you start to focus on trying to get back home as quickly as possible, and as you do, you start to see the portal clear as you start to fly in closer to Fort Phoenix. As you start landing and landing and landing, you're able to control it. For everybody that wasn't caught, so Murph, Renora, I need you to give me dexterity saving throws.
And Norin too.
Norin's just gonna get an auto fail.
Oh,
okay.
Shit. Come on, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't catch you all.
19.
19.
Catch them all.
Okay, so you will still take falling damage, but you guys got both good checks. So both of you will take 10 points of falling damage. Murph and Renora.
I'm down. I don't
you're down? Okay.
No!
As first off, you slightly glide in, and then you're able to land everybody, but then Murph and Renora immediately fall in and almost meteorite comet into the actual grass.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna go run over where they fell, and I would probably see Renora was doing a little thing,
pop back up.
And then go over to Murph, and I'm going to just at will do mass healing.
Okay.
Which should heal you up. Do I have to? Can I just keep doing it until
you
healed
just
all the way
can
up?
just keep doing it until he gets the max.
Okay.
Cool.
Mass healing it. If mass
I'm alive.
If they're within 30 feet, if anyone else is within 30 feet, they would get healing too.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so then Helga, you're back.
How much healing was it?
Oh, max.
Max. Everybody's to max.
Oh.
Max.
Yay.
Because she can do this. She can do this at will, and she doesn't have to expend spell slots.
Okay, so she just heals over time.
Yep.
No, it's just
She can choose to sacrifice her action to just cast a healing spell, but it doesn't cost a spell slot for her, so she can just repeatedly do it if she wants.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it until everyone's healed.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
I'm gonna love you till you feel better.
Why aren't you feeling better?
Start
I am,
slamming
I
him.
promise.
Feel better.
I
better.
promise I'll feel better.
Still, V is unconscious, but breathing very slightly. As you're able to...
What about Norin?
Norin is what you assume is alive, but he is badly injured. You are at least able to heal the wound, but he is unconscious, maybe due to the specific kind of attack you did. But he's not like any threatening state. Immediately, a few people that were left behind that you had for soldiers immediately run out and, oh, you've returned! As they start coming out with like carts and gurneys to like see if there's anybody that needs any immediate attention.
We need medical attention for these two.
As immediately grabs V and then grabs Norin, and they start making their way in.
Would any of the soldiers realize who V was?
They would all know who V is.
Be like, yes, it is her. So you know what you're supposed to do. Save her.
Yeah, right away, of course.
Before they wheel off V, he would take the necklace that he got from Frogrim and lay it on her chest.
Okay.
He'll, and then he would fuck off to the tavern and find out how his group's doing.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna pause on something for a second. I originally wasn't doing this before the sessions because I was gonna kind of dwindle things out. So the person who decided to roll for Xander, we're gonna do some Constitution checks to see how he's been doing this time.
Oh boy.
It has been 2 days.
Boy.
This is gonna take a few checks.
Fuck
It's
it
been
up.
2 days. He technically had to make a check for every 8 hours to stay awake.
Okay.
Give me one check first. We're gonna do this one at a time. So I have a certain system to this. So roll me one check.
14.
14. Okay, so that's a success. He's still doing pretty good. So that's 1. Roll me another one.
9.
Okay, so that's a fail. Roll me another one.
Come on, get it, girl. Get it.
12.
Okay, that's a success. Roll again.
Give it.
Another 12.
Success. He was able to stay awake for the first day. Go again.
Xander will be on in 5 minutes. That's what he said.
15.
15. That's a success. Again.
A 5.
Okay, so that's a fail. Roll again.
14.
Success. Roll again.
10.
10. Okay. So,
oh, my heart.
with some of you heading back, immediately deciding to say, we don't need to see what's going on here. We're going to head back to the inn and see what's going on. 2 days have been passed as you immediately move through all the damaged goods and all the rubble that was created from the madhouse. You immediately run the room.
We kicked the door even, Spartan kick.
You immediately bust in as Xander is currently... You think that he's maybe unconscious, but he's currently asleep from his exhaustion. As you see Mixus right there, holding on to, well alive, Fenrir's hand as they are talking to each other.
And Boulder.
I'm sure Mixus would turn around and go, come running in.
Pleased that you have all returned living.
She looks really like tired and sore, like almost like she just got out of surgery, kind of thing like that. But she's alive, and she is the worst is past.
Helga, before Murph like takes off because he knows he's gonna like do excited, she's just gonna. So last I remember, we weren't here. So at some point in time, can you like spark a note?
Later.
Like,
yes, I'll debrief you later. Go check on your friend.
Like, because I'm confused.
Yes.
I'm glad.
Understandable.
And we're missing one.
We'll do a debrief later. Just go check on your friend.
Marcus is gonna go like, headlock Helga. We're alive. And so is Svirna. Follow me! And we're gonna run to the tavern. Because we can sense it. I don't know why, but we can. Kick open the door and Murph is gonna go to her. And gonna see Finn. What the fuck? You've been sleeping long enough.
She just came back from the dead. Of course she's been sleeping.
I died?
Excuses. Yeah, you fucking fell. Like,
You pancake?
Loudness and... I died?
Yeah.
How long was I out?
I don't know, a couple days.
don't
So-
you fucking understand?
It's been like
You-
50 hours, like 2 days and change.
You died, but you came back.
Yep.
Is Mixus the closest one to me?
I mean, yeah, Mixus would probably be like
For the
on the
bear
pillow
hug.
with you. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that Mixus would be like uncomfortably close to you.
And I'd be like, you fall.
And there's
from
also
the
Boulder, who's
sky.
probably just like face to.
Just anybody
Like,
close to me, I'm just like
Please,
wrapping
that
in
you
bear
are
hugs.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Anybody close to me, I'm just wrapping in bear hugs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab Helga and like fall in the bed on top of the pyramid.
Oh, careful. Like,
Ow.
And as we see
Lightly.
the beautiful picture of the team
spooning.
Reuniting. reunited, and it feels so
Where
good.
Nora's just
So
standing
good.
there
So
like-
good,
Nora's
so
just
good.
standing
Uh,
there- When Nora's just standing there like, yeah, you died.
A bunch of bleeding hearts, the
You're like,
lot of
yeah,
you.
Picturing
Yeah,
like
it
a Lord of the
happens,
Rings
man.
moment where they're like, Frodo, you're alive.
Right?
I just assume
Well,
Nora's
jump
like,
on
by
the
the way,
bed
you
and
still
laugh.
owe me some money from the job they did, by the way. Just
Right,
saying.
exactly. Like, cool,
Renora's
you're
the
awake,
brass
so
tacks
you owe
kinda-
me.
This is your tally.
This is your.
This
bill?
shit ain't cheap.
By the way, well, you fucks been sitting here for 5 days. Here's your bar tab.
Yeah. Helga's also gonna lean in and just like hug Boulder around the neck and just say thank you for watching over her. I know it couldn't have been easy staying in one spot for too long, but
Oh, it's
I
alright.
was worried something was gonna happen.
It's alright. I was definitely could use some sleep anyway, and I definitely had more defender than anything else. So it's my pleasure to make sure that I protected her.
You just hear.
The
You hear-
boulder was tired and wished to sleep, but he is glad that he made you happy. The boulder is pleased.
You hear muffled. I can't breathe. I can't.
Oh, sorry.
Someone.
Jeez, you guys, we resurrect one and you kill another.
Did anybody check on Xander? He was sleeping. He was sleeping over there. Oh, he's still over there.
I'm just
Someone
gonna like
check on-
poke him in his face, like, yeah, he's still alive.
What the hell? What?
You're alive?
Yeah, you're alive.
Can I get some sleep around here? Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Yeah.
Sir,
No,
you
he-
did it
Like, oh, okay,
magnificently.
we'll keep it down. Yeah, he's alive. We're good.
He's magnificent!
Damn straight!
Falls back to sleep.
Please.
Just ruffle his hair.
So did you guys do it? Did you do it? Did you get what you were supposed to do? Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it?
No.
What?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
elbows Renora.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
you could have
Speaking of-
warned, like,
Speaking of Xander.
He said 5 minutes before.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
You revived me.
By the way, both characters are currently unconscious. You don't have anything to
you're
do right now.
yeah. Cleric!
So-
Oh, Cleric!
You're taking a nap. You're
So-
taking a nap
so-
because you're very tired.
Xander is extremely exhausted, but he was able to succeed on his
Lazy
2 days
ass
checks.
player.
So everybody is reunited, and it feels so good.
So good.
And due to the Battle of Kokobial, currently Norn is unconscious, but he's alive. And he's being attended to by some of the soldiers.
Same with V.
Same as me.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And
So you guys are back in Fort Phoenix
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, we're playing both characters right now for a second,
So,
for a little bit.
so Xander woke up just enough to imply that he was magnificent, and then he just passed back out after staying awake for 48 hours.
Yes.
Certainly Magnus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it! I'm magnificent!
Yeah.
I did it.
But we should probably she needs to rest. She needs a rest. So, and you guys need to tell me what happened. I want to know.
Oh, the recap.
Do you feel well enough to walk, Fiona? Do you want to get fresh air? Or do you want to lay here and relax a little bit? I mean, we can.
So So right now you'd be under 2 levels of exhaustion. So anything you do would be at disadvantage, and movement would be at half.
I'm
Be
gonna
the walking.
wobbly stand up and go. I think I'm gonna rest and crash back down.
Well, we'll get you a drink to go.
Sounds good, and fill me in on what happened.
Yeah, but Nixus has been trapped in this room for too long, so we all know she
Yes.
needs to. I'm sure Boulder would want to stretch his
When
legs
I wake
too.
up,
So
when
yeah.
I wake up.
Please, please, can we go? Please, please.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Back out into the Seraphina and the rest out in the main area. As you're walking back in, Seraphina, and you're checking in on anybody who's still left alive, and
Yeah,
you're checking in to see how they're
put my
taking.
Seraphina hat back on
Put
for
your-
a second.
yeah. And you're checking.
Well, hold on.
The couple clerics still left with a couple soldiers are doing what they can to attend to Norin and V's wounds. They imply that Norin's wounds have been mostly healed. His Arcana just needs to recharge like a battery, and he'll be fine. Whatever her attack did was to nullify his magic, but after being healed, it just needs to recharge. V, on the other hand, is something different. It's almost like she's in a coma. She's alive, but they describe it as she's been attached to this creature for so long that her body doesn't know how to respond without it. Almost like a symbiotic relationship. Whether or not it's safe for her to be with it, it's still acted as if it's almost like a disease by leaving, and the body itself doesn't know how to react.
And
they're trying to do what they
Seraphina
can to take care of.
would kind of know how that is from like the first time around.
Correct. In your case, it was a little different because
It wasn't
Armuro
so-
specifically sort of booted you out. In this case, you guys literally ripped her from her counterpart. Even though she wanted it, you literally kind of pulled her from it. Even though it was the right thing to do, her body is kind of like in a catatonic shock. It's not known what to do with itself. It's missing a sort of white blood cell that helps keep it alive.
So I'll look at the soldier and be like, send word to any of the guild mages. Send them here now.
Right away. You two, with me. Let's go. As they immediately get on the few
Also,
horses.
and I grab another one before they get out the door and be like, send word, bring all the troops back.
Right away, madam. And
And
immediately
just kind
gets
of
on.
throw him out the door.
Oh, all right, let's go. And they immediately just get the horses going. They immediately just charge out. One immediately heads south. Another one heads north. And the other one immediately heads to docks in the west.
Is Silix's daughter still there?
Yeah, so Seraphina, you see Celine. Not Celine. You see Celine.
We named her. I can't remember what we named her.
And as you see her like looking around as she comes up with hopeful eyes to you. where is he? Where's Dad? Dad.
My child, he's stuck. He's opened a portal and saved the rest of us, but Kokobial pulled him back. Now I did see him, he was changing into his devil form, so there is hope that he survived, but he's not with us right now.
No, he wouldn't have stayed back. We just found each other. He wouldn't have, like, at that immediate moment, you just see something summon into her hand, almost as a reaction to something that happened. Silix's dark abyss summons into her hand. As she immediately looks at the blade as she wasn't intending it for it to appear. She immediately just drops on her knees and just starts crying. As you can now know that whatever the blade does is attuned to the Elisharan line, and when one dies, the blade gets passed on to the next.
I just put my hand on her shoulder and see it, like, to comfort her, unless she wants more comfort than that. I'll stand behind her and just, like, her at her side and put my hand on her shoulder.
She just pulls the blade to to her and she just starts cradling, so it's bawling her eyes out. As she just pushes herself into you, and just is lost.
I pull her aside and be like, he was a great warrior. He deserves a proper celebration and tribute. Is there anything that is special in your line that you would like my troops and me to do?
She just like looks at you with reddish eyes as from tears. Well, I mean, she'd want to be with Mom. She's back in Avarice.
Okay.
We
can collect objects or anything that is left of him here and send them back. I do want to tell you something though. We found your aunt, I believe.
You did?
Yes.
Where is she?
She's free. She went Silix opened a portal. She wanted to go find her family. So she's still alive. So there is a piece of your family still in this world.
You're telling me that with this thing that you fought, my dad freed her, and then she walked away? Are you fucking kidding me?
She needed to find her family, her children. She had been trapped for a very, very long time. It's the same thing. I know Silic would have done the same if he had been trapped for so long and you weren't with the group when they found him. He would have went to go find you. Because you mean the world for him, right?
She just wipes off her eyes and almost in a fit of frustration. I need a moment. And she starts heading towards the tavern.
You take all your time that you need.
She starts walking off as she starts... Since the blade, she's not trained in how to use the blade normally, she sashes it over her shoulder. As more of like a ninja style instead of a samurai style.
I grab the closest guard and be like, watch her. Make sure she doesn't drink herself to death.
Right away, as he just starts peacefully walking behind her, but making sure he's staying close.
As Murphy made sure that everybody was alright on the second floor, since Fierda's conscious and all that good stuff, he would have made himself to the first floor and just sat at the bar, feet up, if she's heading towards the tavern.
Okay.
Renaura's filling makes us in on what happened.
Really? Oh, that sounds cool. Oh,
I just imagine Mixus like on the pillow, like legs crossed, and just like,
like Dear Diary style. Like,
and Renaura's just like eating up the attention. Like, yeah, you could say I was a badass.
Like occasionally it goes, she changes to a couple different colors out of excitement, and like things start getting a little warm and stuff inside the room. Oh.
That's so cool. There's a lot of pillows.
There's a moment where it gets warm, so Xander and Fierna take off the blanket, and then it gets really cold, so they bring it back.
There's snow. There's leaves. There's
frostbite on top of sunburn.
Like,
let's go.
It's an experience.
Whoever's housekeeping this room is gonna be upset.
Murder Mittens.
My little pony.
Murder Mittens is going to walk up to Seraphina after Serena walks away, and she's just gonna go, yes, very, very sad. Anyways, about those mercenary funds.
Come here.
I'll take them, and then if you ever need me again, let me know.
Yep. And I hand her, I look at someone and be like, hey, pay the girl.
It was nice knowing you, Feline.
Just takes like a random
Adios,
coin
dog.
purse and immediately just passes it to you. So you feel like a weighted coin purse get dropped into your hand.
Helga, would you be
Like-
with Seraphina, or would you be back at the tavern?
I'd probably be with Seraphina for a bit. I would imagine that her and Boulder would go on a like. She
Okay.
would get Boulder some exercise
Soul
and then go
searching.
meet up with Murph. So
Boulder's very independent. He at this point, now that he knows he doesn't have to defend, he's kind of like more or less being now on guard for the whole fort. So now he's actually outside the fort and he's basically doing a high-speed watch, like searching one wall, a minute later then goes onto the linear wall, the next linear wall, and so on and so forth. And he keeps making sure that during this dramatic time, both highs and lows, that currently you guys don't have to deal with anything more dangerous than emotional problems.
He's the mall cop of the fort.
he's got a segue.
And you just see like this giant meteor just start
Boulder
surrounding the
wants to
place.
Yeah.
I would look at Murder Mittens and be like, "You fought good. If anyone ever needs an assassin, I'll let them know."
I appreciate it. And I'm gonna bow and walk on out.
Bye.
Bye, Phoebe.
All my pretty girls walk like this.
Swish, 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 swish.
Got the shoulder shimmy.
Oh my god.
I only know that
The
because
new-
apparently because the missus decided to make a video of me as Vax doing that.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
and it went like
It did go
Crazy,
pretty big, yeah.
it got pretty big on
yeah.
Instagram.
Hell
That's
yeah.
great.
Oh, I saw it. He's the opponent.
I saw it.
Oh, I seen it.
Well, yeah. After Murder Mittens pieces out, she's gonna look at Seraphina and say, "Don't you have one of them fancy magic rocks for Silic?
One of them fancy magic rocks.
One of them fancy magic stones, you know?
You
You-
got
little
you
magic."
one there.
You came in after his daughter left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, it's not needed anymore.
I mean, you can at least try, right?
He's not on this plane of existence anymore.
You don't have a fancy rock that can communicate planes of existence?
Fancy rock.
You're telling
I
me
look
there's
at
a
her
lack
and be
of
like-
fancy rocks?
I look at Helga. He's dead.
Yeah, that still didn't answer the question. I don't know how magic works. Isn't there a way that we can still talk
And
to
remember,
him?
There's nothing that we can do.
in memory of Silic,
Uses that.
magic this, magic that.
Magic
No,
cures all,
there's-
don't you know?
Maybe-
Unfortunately, this is beyond the powers of this realm. So his daughter's very upset, and rightfully so. She was heading towards the tavern to probably drink a few of her sorrows away for a little bit.
Hmm.
But there's no way to contact him right now. Maybe there will be a way eventually, but I think that's beyond the powers of what can be done here. And the fact that his sword has passed to its new owner, I think that's pretty much the last we've seen of him.
I'm sure Xander can fix it. I mean, he did just bring back Fierno, like, you know.
But but Fionra's body was here on this plane. And let's just say easier to bring back some people and not others, especially if they have all kinds of ties to different areas of realms.
Fair enough. The other two that we were with, they're gonna be fine too?
Yes. Yeah. They will with time.
That's all I need to know, and then she's gonna also head to the tavern, go join up with
Before you go, I still have a
180.
I still
Yes.
have a debt for you guys, remember?
Huh?
And you guys would help me. I will help you find the one who hurt your person.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for some troops to come back. Once I've made sure that V is stable and Norin is stable and are going, we will head out and we will start.
And we will
that
kill a
mission.
bitch. Got it.
Okay. So
Yes.
just wait to hear from you then, or?
Yes.
Let's hang out.
Okay.
That's
You
fine.
should be fine for now. You still have lodging and have. I
Yeah.
won't say I can pay for your drinks this time around, but
You said you're gonna pay for our drinks this time around? Okay. And then no, it's off to the bar.
I would not pay for
Oh.
your drinks this time around, but I will take care of your lodging.
Good enough for me.
Good enough, yeah. Boulder seems to be keeping an eye out around the perimeter as well, so I'm sure he'll let us know, or let someone know if he sees or smells anything suspicious.
Well, enjoy your night. We will talk more in the morning.
Okay.
Come on, bestie!
Come on, Mixus, let's continue the discussion down at the
Wow.
bar. The tavern.
Wow.
Well, I was in the middle of a conversation with
I know.
Mixus, okay? So, I mean,
Okay.
Renora's coming
Fine.
with you, okay?
Okay.
She didn't tell you to fuck off, which is a big step.
Yeah. Aw, Renora does have a heart.
Aw,
Very
shut up. Don't tell
cute.
anybody. She'll kill you.
And I would say
Can't
while
prove
they,
it.
I would say while they were leaving, Serafina would go sit at the desk and start writing letters that need to be sent out.
With that,
sorry.
we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna take a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Okay.
you
All right,
That's
so
what I got to do with.
we are back. So, there we got Fienra back. Silk unfortunately has passed.
Sad music
Sad
still
music
playing.
is perfect.
I know.
Or homie.
So, let's what is everybody doing right now?
Leaping.
Sleeping.
I think
Getting
Helga,
trashed at the bar?
Renora,
Yapping,
and Mixus
yapping.
went down to the bar. Maybe.
Okay.
Murph is on the bottom of the floor at the bar with his feet up on the bar, not drinking, but just sitting there.
As you're sitting there, whether or not she notices you, she's first is just kind of like pondering something, and she's like taking like a whole bottle of what looks like bourbon, and she's like drinking a swig, and then she's pondering on something. You can see that she's just patting down this little what looks like a coin purse, but it clearly doesn't have coin. It has some kind of large item in there. As she's just like fuck it, and she just immediately like takes a big swig, moves the bottle away, and she just pulls out this pendant. Looks like has like a purplish color to it. And she just starts closing her eyes. Alright, I know you're fucking there. Respond. Talk to me. God, dang it. Talk, damn it. I know you're watching. Speak. And then she keeps like yelling at the pendant.
Where is she?
She's at the bar.
Does Mixus see what's going on?
If you're at the bar, yeah, she's not being quiet about it. She's not being secretive. She doesn't know that she's necessarily being watched, but she also doesn't look like she cares.
Mixus comes up.
Yelling
and
at the
goes-
cat there, Amanda.
Mixus comes up and like puts their hand up, like it was like by the edge of the bar and go, "What you doing?"
He's trying to fucking communicate with somebody, but he's not responding. Respond.
Who? Who are you trying to communicate with? Can I help?
I don't think there's anything you can do.
But what?
Where the
Who are you
fuck
trying
are
to
you?
talk to? Oh? Who are you trying to talk to?
You wouldn't know him. He was the one who helped me find you all when you were looking for my dad. He said he would help me again. So where the hell are you when I need you?
Oh, we're yelling at the ceiling now? Okay. Are you sure? What's his name? Maybe we've seen him. Maybe we can help. Or maybe I can help. I don't know. I've been to a lot of places. It's possible. I may know.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh god, I need to switch my character sheets. I forgot.
Classical
So you
switcheroo.
want to have to go through that.
I was like, wait, I can actually persuade in this when I mix this.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it gonna go?
Ooh, that looks
20!
20. Okay. You look at her and she looks back. He's he found me at my lowest, and he's a bit of a trickster, but he means well. Or at least I thought he did. He only
Well,
communicates to anybody who holds the pendant.
What's his name?
He goes by a few different names, and she speaks. Do you speak Infernal?
I can't remember. Let me check. I speak Draconic, not Infernal.
Not Infernal. She says a name and you don't
Primordial?
she says a name and you don't understand it.
Oh. Okay. So, is there something I could do to help? Like, do you want me to try to contact him? I mean, I could hold the pendant and try.
She just passes over to you by all means as she picks up the bottle and she starts drinking more of it.
How big is this pendant?
To her, it's so it okay. To really make this extra nerdy for anybody who watch Gargoyles, I basically base it off the Phoenix Gate, so it looks like the Phoenix
Oh
Gate.
yeah.
Yay! I hold it and be like,
Wow, what a fucking nerd.
I'm
In
doing,
fact, one of my favorite cartoons of all time.
Hell yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Are you here? Come here. Someone needs your help.
Are you actively like really trying, or are you just not sure what you're doing?
Yes, I am actively trying.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Be like, Marco! Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, natural 1. So for a 6.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
Marco? Marco!
Can the rest of us in the bar give perception
Hello?
checks or no?
I mean, who else was like hello? So you guys like in the bar, or are you actually near her?
I mean, Helga, Renora, and Mixus all walked in together.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
No, like nothing necessarily changed as far as what's in the room. It's essentially what she would have noticed while she was holding the actual.
Got it.
Piece.
Okay.
I'm just gonna knock on it, like, knock, knock, anybody there?
Okay. Nothing seems to happen. And she's
Alright.
like, see, like I said, he's being a jerk right now.
How do you say his name? Do you know how to say his name in other words? Like other languages? I know a lot of languages, so maybe I could just start doing that.
Helga's
Does
had immediately had enough.
Anybody else in the room speak Infernal? Anybody else that's in the
Infernal.
tavern?
No.
Helga's had enough of Mixus's energy already and goes to wander over to
I
Murph.
do, but I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
wrong
so
character.
she says like 3 different variations of the names, but like due to the dialect and the tongue twist that requires for Infernal, you try to speak it, but it doesn't necessarily come out right, and therefore it doesn't necessarily work.
I'm just gonna start yelling at it in different languages at it. We're gonna go through a common, draconic, elvish, giant, orc, primordial, and celestial. I'm just trying to yell at it, be like,
She's
hey!
just like, hey, if anything, you're gonna piss him off. That's something.
Well, I just... And then I hold it close to me again and go, hello? Anybody? Like I'm holding it to my face and be like, hello?
You wanna build a snowman?
Anybody there? Hello?
You wanna fight me?
Come on,
You wanna catch
I'm
me?
trying to get a hold of you.
You wanna-
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
The rated E for everyone.
Persuasion?
If you're out in
Persuasion.
the street, we can settle beef. I will pick your ears.
Natural 20 for a 21! Yay!
So as you're just like, hello, immediately the pendant starts to the pendant starts to glow. But nothing seems to happen. It just stops glowing. She's like, it looks like, whoa, you got it to work. She like looks around. We're not. I need everyone to give me a perception check that's in the room.
Okay.
15.
15.
9.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
7.
She's like looking around. Murph, you see something first, like a shadow come, and then the rest of everybody, as you just see someone grabbing a drink, as you just see this hooded person just randomly summon at the bar, at like where a bartender would be, and starts making himself a drink. As you see, black robe with purple details in the robe, shadowed within their cloak.
You!
Alright,
Right there! Right there! Right there! Right there!
As she's just like, it's about fucking time. It takes this Elandrin to get you out here. At first, you all could hear him speaking in Infernal, and then he's like, looks around. My apologies, as he speaks in Common. I assume that none of you speak Infernal due to the constant slamming on the pendants.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just...
As he just takes his hand and he gently just presses the pendant down. If you'd be so kind to just give it a little relax.
Oh. I could buff it.
It's quite alright. She immediately like gets up on the leans up on the actual bar. Where were you? You said that you were gonna help. I was unavailable. Unavailable? You think you're the only one on my radar? You're not so important, girl.
Well, let's take it down a notch. First off, who are you?
Starts lowering the cloak and makes it less fitted, loosen it up, as you can see like this sort of like a wizard suit underneath. Very expensive, but kind of like if you imagined like a mage for like kind of like a shadow council, kind of like that. Still very rich and still very elegant. You can tell the person is, you can assume human. Has regular rounded ears, no specific extremities that stick out to make them seem like any kind of half being of any kind. My normal name isn't normally heard under non-infernal tongue, but most of you common folk called me Anima.
That's a weird name. Anamanama.
Just Anima would be fine.
Is it A?
A-N-I-M-A. Anima.
Anima.
No.
Am I saying that right? Anima?
Sure, that is right.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm Mixus, and these are all my friends. Well, not all of them. Some of them are sleeping because they're tired and they don't feel good. But this is Silix's daughter, and she's the one who's been trying to summon you all this time, and I think she really needs your help because she's very sad because I think from what they've said, her dad didn't come back with us. Or with them. So, yeah. Now you get to say something, and I point to her.
Anima puts his hand on Serene's hand. I'm sorry for your loss, but you did what you were supposed to do. You found him, and you accomplished what I need you to do. As he points to the blade. She immediately backs up and hides the blade. No, you can't have it. We had a deal, girl. You were to retrieve your father, and you would will the blade to me.
Wait, what?
Marsha steps out of his seat and smashes the Belor gauntlet between Celine and this gentleman. I brought her father back. Me and mine. Whatever deal you had with her is null and fucking void.
Just looks back at you. He just slams his hands down and immediately pushes his hands towards you. I need you to give me a charisma saving throw, Murph.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Look around, find out.
I know, we just got...
And here I came to the bar to just have a drink, celebrate Silik's memory, celebrate Fiona's return. But
Come
no.
out to the pub.
I like
have
to
a few
think.
drinks. Have a few
Yeah.
laughs.
They say.
Yeah.
17.
17. At first, you don't notice anything as you wonder what the hell he's doing. As you recoil your hand back, you immediately feel your worst nightmares just affecting you. As you immediately get pulled out of whatever you are, and your nightmares just overflow with you as if he's forcing you into your darkest moments, plaguing you into its worst situation ever. Don't.
He drops to his knees.
Helga rushes over to him because, like, clearly something's now up with Murph, and given the fact that she has seen what he is hiding, like, she's wondering if he's going through some kind of, like, flashback that would have triggered those memories.
Okay.
Like, again, she doesn't understand what's going on because magic is foreign to her, but, like, she knows that that's out of, like, it's not characteristic of Murph to be
Right.
shaken like this, so...
Or Nora's gonna be like, fucking A, can't we just get a goddamn drink in peace? Fighting this, fighting
As
that.
you touch Murph, I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
You're so good at those.
No touchy touchy.
Oh, too late for that. But I'm so
that's
terrible at charisma. Let me tell you, it's gonna be great.
You're the exact opposite.
6.
Of terrible.
6. Immediately after like 10 seconds of trying to comfort or coax him as much as possible, you immediately get pulled in at the same time. You're still in the room, but now everyone's gone. With the exception of Anima.
Is Murph there too, or no?
Nope. It's not so hard to figure out your fear, as immediately you just notice that everyone's gone. You are left alone in this world with nothing. Until eventually you see a familiar face. One you've been trying to communicate to you as she comes back. And then any friend that you have comes back and starts attacking you. Viciously. Every single one that you've cared for starts attacking you. Until they all start disappearing. And you both get locked into a nightmare until Anima chooses to set you free.
Helga just also drops a knee and she's like, no, like she's like wincing from, like, does she, like, is she, to the outside looking in, is she physically taking damage from these attacks? Or...
It doesn't look like you're actually taking harm, but you look like you're acting like you're taking harm.
Okay, so she's like flinching and
Yep.
wincing and...
Mm-hmm. The only difference is, like, if you move in this nightmare, you're not moving real. Like, you're sitting still from wherever you were, and then you're like twitching, you're like dodging, and you're just like moving around. It's like every time you take a hit or a slash, your body recoils. And nobody understands what's going on.
Hashtag twinning.
So I go, okay, I think this is getting a little out of hand. So explain the situation and maybe we can help. And I'm sorry, can you stop doing that to my friends, please? Please? They didn't mean it. They get a little hot-headed sometimes and they just rush into things, and I love them, but they just do that, and so that's the reason why they did that. And they didn't really mean any harm by it, and and like if we have a chance to talk, maybe we can all come from to an understanding. Yeah.
Very well. As you just see like this like almost like a light bubble around the eyes, where the eyes almost kind of blink for a second without closing. Both nightmares immediately stop as you're both are, like internally sweating, and you still know what happened. It's not like it just stopped. Like it's, you're in like a waking sweat, getting out of what seemed like an infinite.
Helga's almost like whimpering like a wounded dog would. Like,
thank you. And I just be like, okay, guys, you just shush. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't hit me.
I'm not gonna hit you. Don't worry, I won't hit you. No.
Makes us the negotiator.
No. Okay, so what is the situation? What is this deal with the sword? I don't understand.
She's like, Serene is still like putting her, she like draws it very much like Silk does. She's on defense. As Anima responds, I had a deal for your friend. She didn't know how to find her father, and she didn't know how to get to the Shadowfell. I did. She offered a favor for a favor.
Okay.
That blade is very important to my kind. I offered to allow her to know and find a way to get to her father, and a bit of luck to allow her to stay safe during any important parts of the travel. And upon return, she would convince her father to relinquish the blade and hand it to me.
Well, okay, so why is it important to your kind?
Let's just say it's quite unique and has properties that do not exist. It's one and only of a kind. This blade means a lot to our kind.
Okay, but what kind are you, then?
Just looks at you, just stares, and just moves in. It's closer. Closer.
Hi. A boop upon the nose.
I'm one of the firstborn. Many of my kind are dead.
Oh, so you're one of those. Okay. All right. So are you saying that this is one of the weapons of the first?
No, but it's made of the material of our kind. And there's only been one forger who's ever been able to make it. And unfortunately, her body is in other circumstances right now. This blade is a lot of a little, but many pieces of it is of our kind. She found a way to forge it, but unfortunately, taking it from Silic was not so easy. Killing him would just pass it down to his next of kin, or to a sibling. And it's too tedious to just keep killing family members. So...
You don't want to get rid of a whole line of people. That's just not okay.
Well, I don't care about that.
But what if someone came and, like, did it to your line of people? I mean, you have lots of friends, don't you? Don't you have a family?
I haven't had a family in 5,000 years.
Oh, do you need a hug?
I'd recommend that you do not touch me. Lest you see the fate of your friends.
I mean, I've already seen fates of stuff, and also I have this uncanny way of finding out adventures because I've been blessed. I've been blessed by a very, very important and very powerful person.
Hashtag blessed.
So I wonder, is there? So you said that they're of your kind. So are there more things like this that you would need?
Can I get a hallelujah?
Can I get an amen?
I am the last of my kind.
Amen, brother.
There is no one else that's like me.
Okay, I understand that, but you said there's more things of your kind. Like you were talking about how the blade is of your kind. So does that mean this forger made more things that are out there in the universe or in the realms, all the different realms? Is there other things out there that are from your kind?
He just steps back. He just takes his hand and just starts wiping in the air, like cleaning off a drawing. He starts seeing the solution pan out of this realm that doesn't match the realms that you know. Doesn't match any of the 9. Something different. A scattering of magical terrain all over. A constant, almost kind of like there's only one natural source to this plane. And it's this pearlescent, lavender glowing light that both glows within the dirt and grows from these stones that are scattered all over. You can see that whatever this place is just disconnected from the rest of your realms.
So is that where you live? Is that where you're from?
That is where I'm from.
Okay, so are you trying to collect all the things from your realm and bring them back to your realm? Is that what's going on?
Just watch. As
okay.
You see a progression, you just see Anima looking exactly like he is, but you see this young sea elf somehow in this realm pleading for something. Pleading for some kind of hope, some kind of answer to protect something. Anima offers him a deal. I will give you the means to protect yourself, but one day I will call for its return. You see the image span into the abyss. You can see a younger but not child, Silic, being offered this blade from his father. It moves forward. And you can see a forger, a blacksmith, after a couple years of Lair Valerian taken throne, taking this blade and forging in some kind of dark steel into it, taking this infernal blade and adding in abyss magic, mixing two different kind of realms together to make some kind of unique blade, allowing it to have these abilities that it has. And then blessing it with a way, as Silic is told with his last breath in abyss, that one day this blade will be coming back. Someone will come back for the blade. We will bless it so it cannot leave your hands, lest it goes to someone else's. And as Anima speaks, as you see, a deal was made.
Well, I see that a deal was made with a blade that was from your realm, but then this blade was modified and made to be part of this realm. So technically it's two blades. There's the blade from your realm and there's the blade from our realm. So wouldn't that mean that, to be fair, we would need to find someone to be able to forge it and to migrate the two metals apart and give you the metal from your realm and keep the metal from our realm? Because right now this blade wouldn't be fair for it to go to one realm or the other because it exists in both.
Serena immediately interjects and she's like, it's not what he wants. He wants the ability to come to our realm. He needs the blade for that. He wants it to be together. As he interjects, that's why we made the pact.
Why do you need to come into our realm?
As I said, I'm my last kind.
But can't you find a portal and just come in? That's what I did.
It's more complicated than that.
Are you trapped? Has Bahamut kept you in your realm for a reason?
Many parts of the time before has been locked out due to his law.
Well, if that's the case, that sounds like you're not supposed to be in this realm. And you know, Bahamut's the big bad. Well, he's not big bad. He's the big almighty. So, we kind of have to go by his rules. So, I would say we need to talk to him.
Give me an intimidation check.
Put an intimidation, I'm just...
Wow. So intimidating makes this.
As intimidating as
That's
cotton
a
candy, let me
5.
tell you.
As he looks at you, you saw what it did to your friends.
No.
Any
I know.
any instance of me noticing you're trying to contact him, I will do worse to you. I'd assume that it'd be best for you to keep the line of communication from him as quiet as possible while I'm here.
I think he already knows what's going on. He can see everything. He sees all. For reals. For reals. Just saying. This is what happens. This is what, you know, it's just what happens.
I feel comfortable knowing that he can't see me.
Oh.
Anima looks at Serena. Very well, girl. Keep the blade. But remember, a pact is a pact. And if I don't get the blade, I'll take something else. And when I figure out what it is to take, I will take it until you demand the blade to be returned. I am patient. I can wait. As he lifts up his cloak and immediately just vanishes. As it almost looks like eldritch tentacles kind of come in and just kind of like pull him into like this portal.
I look at her like, I don't know what the hell just happened, but I think that deserves a drink.
Well, that takes a lot.
She re-puts the blade on her back. God damn it. She just goes over and she just grabs the bourbon again, just starts, and then just grabs a glass and just keeps pouring and like swigging, pouring and swigging.
Can I have a little wee drim? Just a little wee drim.
A wee drim? A wee drum? Pours in a little glass and just slides it over to you as she chings and then just kind of drinks more.
Buddy. I'm parched. I did a lot of talking. And then I look at my friends and be like, do you know what the hell that was?
No idea, man. An interruption?
I guess so. So what did he mean by that he would take something else? Do you have anything for him to take?
Everything that I have has been taken. Anything else
No
to
loved
take
ones?
is just...
Do you have any loved ones left? Any family left?
Because I feel like that's where he was going with that. It did seem kind of a very kill everybody you love type vibe. Am I wrong?
The only one I got left is my aunt. If you want to kill her, be my fucking guest.
Well,
Say that. Why would you say that about your aunt? Isn't she a nice person? I'm sure she's a lovely person.
You'd think so. I thought so. But apparently not.
Well, I think so. That she's not.
She just goes back and just starts drinking. Puts her head down.
Okay, I understand. You might not want to talk about it. I just pat her on the head. It's okay. It's okay.
She takes
So
the
sad.
she takes the pendant and she re-puts it back in its pouch and puts the pouch right back on her side.
This maid? I don't know, but maybe it's time you should. Maybe you should sleep it off. Maybe it'll feel better in the morning.
Give me a persuasion check.
Such an optimist right now. Such.
14.
14. Fortunately, no. As she just looks at you. Puts the drink back down. You know what? No. She walks over near like the door. You can see her. She's just sitting down. All right, how the fuck did you do this again? She tries to start balancing the sword like Stoic did. She's trying to figure out how to use it.
Okay. Using sharp things while intoxicated. That's a great idea.
Wonderful idea.
I look at Helga like, are we worried about that?
Helga's just whimpering, like she's not saying anything.
Oh.
Oh.
Helga!
Hey.
Helga!
Go ahead,
what's going
Amber.
on?
Yeah, what's going on? Wait,
Punch
Murph,
you in the
are
arm?
you okay?
Hey, player to DM question. Would we know where V's body went?
Yeah, it's inside Seraphina's tent, along with Norn.
Okay. So after Murph comes out of that trance, I'd be fucking back. And he slams the gauntlet into the bar. And
I'll be
walks
back.
out towards Seraphina. I'll be back. He'd be fucking back.
Wait, you're gonna
No,
make
that's
me
for
like both
Star
characters?
Wars, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, talk to
Yeah,
yourself. Go
that's
for
right.
it.
Multitask. Let's go, Amber. Let's see how much skill you get.
Okay,
I
let's
start
do this.
beeline towards 10.
Alright, let me
Okay,
do this.
somebody
Let me
else
clear
can
up
do
the
all
other
this
one
stuff.
just in case.
As Renora like play punches Helga, Helga like actively like yelps out in pain, even though it probably didn't hurt as much as Renora was like, you know, a play
I
punch
know.
doesn't hurt, but Helga's acting like it hurt a lot more than it actually did just from like
Yeah.
reverberation.
And then Renora's gonna be like, the fuck is wrong with you?
He put an image in my head and
The fuck is
Then-
wrong with you?
A lot of things. Where you want to start? Well, I was born.
When I was a child.
That's a long story. Okay.
So I took my first breath.
You put an
and
image.
then-
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Yeah, but it felt real. And
Well, it wasn't. We are. Renora's not good at comforting.
Stop being
I was
fucking
saying,
weird.
Well, it wasn't, so I don't know.
I don't know what you want from me.
Right?
Sucks for you.
Yep, Renora, glad to know you haven't lost your touch, let me tell you.
Let me
Right,
tell you
anytime.
what.
And then I'll nudge you again,
Awesome.
just completely ignoring the fact that you just winced the first time that I did it.
Is there a bartender there?
No.
Or is...
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, there's just random booze around that people are just helping themselves to.
Oh, it's a free for all.
Is there any
Everybody
food
then,
anywhere?
take a bottle.
Any food that is there has well been expired.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah. That
I
makes
was
sense. We've been
alone.
gone a couple days, everybody's been dead.
yeah, fair enough.
You didn't
Uh.
snag a rat.
No, I was alone. Was there like, could I tell, like, was I just like in a room alone, or was like I in a desert alone? Like, was there
You
any,
you
like...
felt like you were in the bar, and then just
Okay.
everybody just turned against you until like you were left, like you against the world, and the only people who decided to go against you were the people you loved and cherished the most,
Mhm.
including Tabitha was going against you.
Oh, I figured she was included in that
Yeah.
Number
when you
one.
mentioned the, yeah.
Number one stunner.
But I was here, but I wasn't.
With the fur.
Ayo. Yeah, no, I was here, but I wasn't.
You can
then-
give me because you're help from Xander. You can give me a religion check.
Oh, that's sweet. Legend
Hell.
footage.
Four, unless it's to recall information about Fey fiends or undead, but no.
Not in that instance, but
There's a butt.
I'll allow you to roll me one more time because it doesn't necessarily work in that way. But I'll just say because of that feature, I'll let you roll me one more time.
11.
It's better than a 4.
Better than
It's
four.
absolutely better for.
Almost double.
She's crazy.
You're focusing on the nightmare. You're focusing on what's going on. You're wondering who the random stranger that calls himself Anima is. You try not to like go into another world again. You just try to stay in the moment. You don't want to close your eyes, but you can feel the ever presence of your fellow god with Xander approaching, almost like she's trying to commune with you, but you haven't. Maybe you just like, no, I just don't want to be anywhere else but here right now, and you're just not connecting. You're like, call ID, bitch, I ain't answering the phone. You know, like, it's just like, no. But it seems like she's trying to contact you.
Okay, well, Helga is going to just briefly summarize, like, I was alone, and then everyone here or not, suddenly in the blink of an eye was surrounding me and basically bringing me to the brink of death. And it felt real. It wasn't, but it felt real. And then they all left. Then everybody left. Just like Khalid, everyone I cared for was gone. And I was just left there to die. But I think Zula's trying to reach me. And maybe she has some answers, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, and she's gonna play punch Renora back to let her know, like, hey, I'll be okay.
Okay.
And then take a bottle of like whatever's just lying around that's like, decently filled.
Okay.
She might be out there for a while, and then she's gonna go find maybe like over to the bridge or whatever in Fort Phoenix, and just kind of try and find like a quiet-ish spot to go pull out the puzzle and try and commune with Zula.
Okay.
Cool.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Yee.
Sweet talker.
Also, I just read the messages. Apparently, the YouTube account isn't working.
No.
They said it was freezing for a little bit, but it seems to be working now. But just to maybe download save the file from today, and we can just replace it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It looks like it's going okay right now.
Okay.
That's what happened last night too.
Similar yesterday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Silly YouTube.
Okay. All right. So you try to focus on Zula?
Yeah, I pull out the puzzle to use as like a focus, like a conduit.
Okay. Give me just roll me a d20.
Oh, we love that.
15.
With a lot of more urgency and I just fuck this shit, I just want to get it done. You start going through the puzzle with a piece that you know, and surprisingly, you actually try to figure it out, and you get all the way there, where you're able to lock it in position. And when you do, it actually starts forming back into a box.
On this date, I finished the puzzle.
On this day,
Helga finished one puzzle.
As it starts,
Helga Bonebreaker.
turns into a square, and then it twists, it turns until it like opens up, until you have this ring on there that is almost looks like it's made out of a star.
Are you doing this in front of everybody in the bar?
No, I went off to like the bridge, like to get away. She needs to. It's one of those, she doesn't want to be alone right now because of what just happened, but she felt Zula trying to, like, hey.
Hey,
Pay
she wanted
attention
to
to me.
Yeah.
Paging
So,
Helga, 1, 2, 3.
God's only. Shit.
Paging Helga, 1, 2, 3.
so you said it created
Lena.
like a ring on the top that's.
Yeah, it turned into a box, and the box itself became kind of useless and opened up. And inside the box itself is a ring that looks like it's made out of a star.
Turn to box.
Will you?
Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Very fancy way to
You said it looked like it was
out.
made of a star or shaped like a star?
Made of a star.
What's Renora doing at this time? Just drinking?
Drinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Helga
So we're
said
gonna be
that she-
drinking together.
Yes.
Making sure
Me
Celine
and
doesn't
you.
have to do anything
You and
stupid.
me.
Give me one
This
margarita.
is a lightweight, so
Yep.
this is gonna be fun.
She'll put the, ring on.
Okay. As you
Oh,
put a
she
ring
put a
on, you
ring
immediately
on.
get summoned into a world you haven't seen before. Everything of this goes away until there's nothing but a large cloud replacing every object. The building itself turns into a large squared cloud, etc., etc. You are left to your own devices into this weird-shaped land. The ground itself seems more boggy. You can move freely. You don't hear any sounds, but you have the control to do whatever you think you can do in this world. Walking around, everything seems to be happening exactly as normally would. You still have your weapons on you. You still have whatever you had on you.
take a drink of the bottle. So like you said, everything looks like it's made from like cloud. So if she puts her hand on it, is it solid or does it like
It just
wispy?
wisps away as you do it.
Oh shit! I hope I just didn't destroy a building in the real world.
Everyone's dead.
Everyone's
Oh.
actually dead.
This is how
The
we got
tavern
here.
collapsed.
God now.
Yeah.
I've become a story of words now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zula, are you there? Is this your doing? Kind of lost in more ways than one.
You start to see the wisp at this point start to kind of almost create kind of like a tunneling effect, almost trying to lead you in a certain direction as it starts kind of like shaping itself to create a pathway for you.
Putting the blinders on and just, all right, she wants me to go this way. Yeah, I'll figure out the rest as I move along.
Okay.
Can I tell based on like where in the real world she's trying to lead me?
At this point, it's kind of hard to tell. Once she essentially shaped it, you kind of like lost track of where you're actually going because she kind of like changed the terrain for you. As you progress further, you start heading over into this large temple of sorts. It's the first object you see that's actually not made out of the cloud wisps itself. It almost looks like instead of it's made out of stone, it's almost made out of kind of like a crystal. As the door itself opens at the base of the actual temple itself. You see far within, like the center of the temple, but you can see it from outside. You can see a large throne that you can see Zula sitting on. As she's just kind of...
The immediate thoughts of, oh no, I'm in trouble, kind of like creep in.
Okay.
So she's I'm being summoned to the principal's office. Shit.
Every time you've been pulled over, you think about every bad thing you've done.
Absolutely. Yeah, so she'll take another swig just for courage this time, and walk in and kneel down, take a knee in front of her, but maintaining eye contact.
Okay. As you enter in this, before you kneel, you do see that inside this temple are statues of people you've never seen before. Warriors, knights, maybe not even represented as gods, but just warriors of maybe a specific importance.
Are they also made out of crystal?
Yes. As you kneel, you see Zula sitting there as she hand on her hand. Hair kind of moving with a wind that you don't even see is actually existing. It's just kind of just flowing, like almost like she's in the water, just moving like a wave.
It's a nice place you got here.
One that most of your kind's not supposed to see, but under these circumstances, I believe your eyes are warranted to see it.
Not even Xander? She like says that in like a odd whisper of like, Xander hasn't been here.
I'll be honest.
But
I'll be honest.
He's
if
like
he
your
was
number
awake,
one fan.
If he was awake, I'd bring him in here.
Helga talking shit in the ethereal.
Oh, I'm sure she would love it.
Under the circumstances, I will let him get some rest.
Yes. Been busy being magnificent, saving lives.
One can assume.
Hi. So I hope. Is this where you live? Like your home?
Every god has a domain that they don't share their patron or to their mortals. This is the home that I reside in that you usually don't see. For one to see this, you also can see how our kind could be defeated. But under the circumstances, you fix the puzzle, and with your meeting of anima, it is imperative that we speak. And at least in this world, no one can listen.
Well, that's good, because the things we've been learning the past few days have been kind of hard. You know, people getting manipulated, and gods that are infallible to most people's knowledge are being turned against each other, or being told to do things that they normally wouldn't do, or I don't even know. But it's scary.
I imagine. But to the point. We are in a fork in the road, your group. Normally in this circumstance, fates would intervene. But with your group, not necessarily killing one, but in the process of having one get killed, and the other two assuming to not care.
Yeah.
That's
an
fork in the
understatement.
road will exist in front of you without a halter. Under normal circumstances, the fates would stop this due to the fact of your kind, whether shifter, human, tiefling, whatever, are not allowed to have these instances. These forks in the roads are a manipulation of fate itself, a manipulation of time. Someone coming in and changing things in ways that are not supposed to be changed. Now, I'm not a god of fate, I'm not a god of destiny, and more or less I do not want the job. I'm not telling you that what's happening is wrong, but I'm here to advise on what to do. The choices that are laid in front of you will become apparent within some time, and it will happen very quickly. You will be given a choice, and your choice will affect the future. It will affect time, it will affect fate. And without the guardians of fate and destiny stopping you, whatever you do cannot be changed. It cannot be rewritten, it cannot be altered, with the exception of Bahamut himself. I don't care what kind of power Kokobial has now, even she cannot rewrite whatever decision you decide to make. These decisions
No
will
pressure.
not...
Cool.
These decisions will not come to you as a sheet of paper with notes on them. You will see a path, you will see another, and one more. It is up to your group to decide which to pick. No matter which way you pick, success and failure will be your future. But, as I have spoken to you in Xander, I have pledged myself to you due to the fact that your group, especially with you two, have a purpose. You have a meaning, you have a reason, and I believe that it is not just chance that your group was able to survive Kokobial, even unfortunately that Silik was sacrificed in it. I believe a bigger part is in play. It is not your time yet. So, I cannot tell you, because honestly I do not know what these three options will be in front of you. But I will tell you that this is the cause of anima. His effect on your life and the life of your friends has created an imbalance in the world, and it's intersecting with one other person. I assumed with anima affecting this person that it would lead to nothing, but a tether has been created. You all are connected to another, and soon, depending on the fate you pick, depends on their future as well.
Yeah, that That guy's an asshole. Excuse my language in front of, gods, but, no. He seems to enjoy the suffering of others and flaunting the power he has. Who else does he have a tether to besides, obviously, Celine, and then I don't know if a tether was made with Murph and I when we were affected by him, but...
Celine does not have a tether. She was barely made a pact. Anima can affect many things. Anima is he is a god, but he is not like us. He is complicated. To understand him is to understand a life before us. I know very little, but I know that there was a world before Averant. A set of realms before our realms was created. What little I do know about Anima is he's the last remaining god from those times. The one that is not dictated by other gods' powers, not by their rules, not by their laws. And all I know is that due to that fact, due to his inability to be controlled, Bahamut put a law to make sure that he did not leave his realm. So he has some reason to try to get here. I can't imagine what purpose he would serve or what threat he would make, but the fact is, there's something he
Can't
wants.
be good.
Cannot be good. So, 3 paths will come in front of you. And with another. As you eventually peer over. For some reason, out of all the statues of knights and soldiers in the whole area, one grabbed your attention. Not due to familiarity, but almost like she's coaxing you to look. As like, this is the other person.
I mean, Helga will get up and walk over to it if she'll let her. Like, she wants to get
she's not impairing you from your movement.
Okay, yeah, Helga will get up and...
Give me an investigation check on the statue.
You could do it.
Yee. This also doesn't have anything to do with Fae, Fiends, or Undead, does it?
No.
Props.
Like the statue.
No,
you get it with
not.
taste.
With the taste statue. 12.
12. The details are hard to take out. It is all made out of crystal, therefore all one tone.
Mm-hmm.
But you see a soldier, you assume male. The coloration is hard to determine again. All crystal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I tell what race?
You assume it's a tiefling.
Okay.
Based on horns, tail. It's even a little more tiefling than what you're used to. You're used to seeing tieflings that have, actual more humanoid feet. This one actually has more hooved feet. And you eventually look closer as you start to notice that every statue itself has a name plaque to it. As you start to notice that this whole place is people that have been either affected by whatever Anima's done or has lost their life to fate. As you look closer and you see the name of this. Does anyone want to take a guess what the name is?
Got you.
Got you.
I knew it! I knew it! I was about to message.
I literally just messaged Amanda. I was like, got you?
I was going to as well. I was like, wait for it.
That's why I specifically asked what race, because I was like, okay.
Just don't put it in the main chat because they said spoilers. They're gonna come back to watching. So
as
I didn't.
You start to see like this
something to happen.
This vision happening as you see this person that you've never met before sitting on top of a cliff, and then eventually looking at something as they're being pulled into it, walking towards your direction. And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Dun, dun, dun. So you said Gaju is approaching, or is it just a vision of Gaju approaching?
You don't know.
Okay. Find out next week.
Tune in next week to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Wait till the stream's over, then I got some conversation on DBC.
Previously on.
So,
Mhm.
that's in the stream. Do not forget that if you're in the Wisconsin-Milwaukee area, go over to Bristol Renaissance Fair this weekend and check out Our Lady Angel of Azarath, who is Dolly in the other campaign. And check her out.
The
There's some
sexiest
jousting this
grape.
weekend.
Great game!
Great
Do not forget to check out link at the bottom to donate whatever you can to the Wounded Warrior Project. Few rewards for you. 100, you're able to give a legendary item to any one of the characters. 200 is you get some really top secret knowledge about any character you'd like in the campaigns. So, that being said, that will be it for the night. Everybody, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Good night.
The end with you.